The 250SX East class saw their first Triple Crown of 2023 greet them in Arlington this weekend as Hunter Lawrence came in on the heels of 2 straight victories to start the campaign. Since Triple Crowns tend to provide a little more unique results as shown above from the 450SX class, much interest laid on whether Lawrence could remain on the top step of the podium with a curveball thrown his way. Welcome to MxGP, the channel for all things motocross. From the latest news to exclusive content, we've got you covered. Whether you're a seasoned rider or a fan of the sport, we'll bring you the stories that matter most. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest content. And for our returning viewers, thank you for your continued support. And please support me by sending a little super thanks. I will have the encouragement to make the next clip. And sorry for the narration, because I can't speak, so I had to use a bot to narrate instead. 250SX Race 1. The first hole shot of the night went to Hunter Lawrence with Tom Vialle and Max MxGP right behind him. Cody Schock went down in the first turn and was dead last. Vialle and MxGP diced for second momentarily, and that allowed Nate Thrasher through into second place, but it also have Lawrence bit of a gap out front. Up front, Thrasher was starting to reel in Lawrence for the race lead. The duo out front was pulling away from everyone else as MxGP was riding a lonely third about 4 seconds back. Tom Vialle was also all alone in fourth with Jeremy Martin moving into the top 5 around Jordan Smith around the halfway mark. Jordan Smith caught Jeremy Martin and passed him for 5th when Martin got sideways before the tunnel jump. Smith was on the move and closing up in a hurry to Tom Vialle ahead of him for 4th place in the closing stages. Michael Mosiman caught Christ blows with 2 laps to go and made the pass up into 7th as Mosiman was recovering from another bad start. Up front, Hunter Lawrence withstood the pressure from Thrasher behind to lead every lap and take the win in 250SX Race 1 with Thrasher finishing up in second behind him and MxGP holding on for third. 250SX Race 2. The second 250SX race of the night saw Jordan Smith grab the lead early on with Hayden Deegan right alongside of him. Nate Thrasher parked Hunter Lawrence twice and made it stick with some authority after the whoops to move into third behind Deegan. Jeremy Martin went down on the first lap and was way behind the field in dead last. Thrasher was on a mission early on as he passed his teammate Deegan on the second lap as he was trying to keep Smith out front close. Lawrence meanwhile was going to work on Deegan for third place and was bringing Max MxGP with him. Lawrence made the pass stick under the tunnel at the start of the 4th lap and then MxGP followed up getting around Deegan 2 laps later. The battle for the lead tightened up as Thrasher caught Smith and Lawrence was just lurking behind them. As they worked through lappers, the battle really got wild as Lawrence started to show a nose here and there. Thrasher got sketchy on the tunnel jump and came from far left to far right in front of Lawrence and Lawrence landed on the back of him, going down in the process. Jordan Smith would take the win in 250SX Race 2 in the end ahead of Nate Thrasher and Hunter Lawrence rounding out the podium. 250SX Race 3. In the final 250SX race of the night, it was Nate Thrasher grabbing the hole shot as Hunter Lawrence crashed in the first turn with Max MxGP running into him causing them both to be way back. Michael Mosiman was in second with Jordan Smith in third, Tom Vialle in fourth, and Hayden Deegan in fifth. Deegan was dealing with some pressure early on from Jeremy Martin behind him as the top 6 guys were pulling away from everyone else. Lawrence was making some progress through the field as he moved up to 14th with 7 minutes left to go. With about 4 minutes to go, Lawrence moved into the top 10 as he and Max MxGP were working together to move forward. Suddenly, Mosiman tipped over in second and brought Jordan Smith down with him, which actually moved Jeremy Martin up to second ahead of Tom Vialle. Deegan moved to fourth as Smith remounted in fifth and Lawrence was then all over blows for sixth with just 2 minutes to go. Then out of nowhere, Thrasher crashed in the whoops from the lead and slipped back to third just ahead of Deegan and Smith. That moved Jeremy Martin into the race lead with Vialle in second as Thrasher tried to regroup and close in. Then Jordan Smith crashed on the last lap in the whoops and lost a spot to Deegan in the process but was able to stay ahead of Lawrence, which also retained second overall for him. In the end, Martin would take the win in the final race, but it would be Thrasher who held on for third who would win the overall for his first win of 2023. As we head to Daytona now next week, Hunter Lawrence holds on to an 11-point lead in the championship, which is rather substantial considering just 10 points cover second through seventh in the standings.